Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into Your Brain at Work by David Rock, a groundbreaking exploration of the complex machinations of our minds and a guide to harnessing our cognitive potential. Drawing from an extensive array of neuropsychological research conducted over the last quarter century, Rock offers insightful strategies to enhance our ability to focus, overcome distractions, and optimize our thinking processes. David Rock is not only an acclaimed author but also a pioneering business consultant, interfacing between the realms of neuroscience and leadership to forge the field of neuroleadership. He brings a wealth of knowledge to the table, particularly evident in his notable work, Quiet Leadership: 6 Steps to Transforming Performance at Work. Your Brain at Work is the perfect read for anyone eager to master the art of controlling their thoughts, regulating their emotions, and understanding the interconnections between their brain and those of others. It's an essential guide for individuals seeking practical ways to improve their cognitive functioning and, by extension, their productivity and emotional well-being in both personal and professional arenas. Join us as we navigate the insights and practical advice David Rock provides for making the most of our mental capabilities. Your Brain at Work: Strategies for Overcoming Distraction, Regaining Focus, and Working Smarter all day long. Introduction. Unlock your mind's full potential, navigating the chaos of the modern workplace. In an era where mental agility and creativity are the currency of the workforce, the ability to harness the power of our brains has never been more crucial. Your Brain at Work dives deep into the intricacies of the mind, offering valuable insights on how to remain focused and productive amidst the relentless buzz of digital distractions that define our modern work environment. This guide is not just about surviving the relentless demands of today's jobs, it's about thriving in them. Discover how pushing beyond your mental limits often leads to diminishing returns. It's a common misconception that more effort equals better results, but when it comes to brain work, this simply isn't true. Exhaustion doesn't fuel genius, it hinders it. Ever considered the impact of having your smartphone within reach or your email constantly open while you're trying to work? Prepare to be surprised. Such habits could be doing more harm than good, potentially lowering your IQ by splitting your focus and diluting the quality of your mental efforts. In the journey towards enhancing workplace performance, Your Brain at Work also examines the power of guidance over direct instruction. It turns out, leading someone to their own aha moment is far more effective than simply telling them what to do. This approach not only fosters individual growth, but also encourages a deeper personal understanding of challenges and their solutions. Facing a tough problem? The solution might just come to you if you're willing to crack a smile. Laughter isn't just good for your health, it can also break down mental barriers and spark creative solutions to challenging problems. Embrace humor to clear the cognitive cobwebs and illuminate new paths forward. Lastly, if you've ever found your interest waning or your attention drifting, there's a simple yet effective strategy to reignite your mental engines. Use your imagination. By reframing tasks as part of a larger, more engaging narrative, you can trick your brain into a state of alertness and interest, turning even the most mundane tasks into compelling quests for achievement. Your Brain at Work is more than a book. It's a manual for mastering the mental game of the modern workplace. Through understanding how to effectively manage our minds amidst the chaos, we can unlock our full potential, and not just navigate, but excel in the demanding landscapes of today's professional world. Part 1. Protect your mental energy. The key to sustained thinking power. Pushing through fatigue to finish that last bit of work might feel like a valiant effort, but it's actually a misstep when it comes to preserving your most crucial workplace resource, your ability to think well. Think of your cognitive capacity as a battery. Overuse it without proper brakes, and you'll find it running out faster than you'd prefer. The idea that our brain power is finite isn't novel. In fact, it's been under scientific scrutiny for more than a century. Imagine attempting to squeeze a grip strengthener as hard as you can while simultaneously trying to solve a complex math problem. Historically, studies dating back to 1898 showed that engaging in such mentally demanding tasks significantly decreases physical strength by up to half in some instances. This isn't just a quirky fact, it's a testament to how taxing active thought can be on our minds. The modern workplace, with its relentless emails and the constant buzz of notifications, doesn't help the situation. Research highlights that multitasking, or trying to juggle multiple cognitive tasks at once, can be as detrimental to your mental sharpness as foregoing a full night's sleep. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about how these distractions send your brain into an over-alert state that consumes energy at an unsustainable rate. So, what's the solution? First and foremost, it's critical to acknowledge that not all tasks are created equal. Identifying and focusing on the tasks that truly matter can help you conserve your cognitive resources. However, the act of deciding what's most important is itself a task that requires mental effort. This means that such decisions are best made when your mind is at its freshest. Furthermore, transitioning repetitive tasks into routines can serve as another effective strategy. When behaviors become automated, they require significantly less of your cognitive battery, allowing you to save that energy for where it's truly needed. Think of it like setting a part of your brain on autopilot, freeing up the rest to engage in deep, meaningful work. In the end, understanding and respecting your mental energy limits is not just about preventing burnout. It's about working smarter, not harder. By strategically allocating your cognitive resources, you can ensure that you're always bringing your A game to the tasks that require your full attention. Part 2. Navigating the distraction minefield. How to stay laser-focused. The double-edged sword of digital progress has cut into our capacity for unbroken concentration. The allure of smartphones, buzzing with notifications, and the ever-present internet offers a continuous stream of distractions that can make sustained focus seem like an unattainable goal. Distractions, both digital and otherwise, act as attention hijackers, pulling us away from the task at hand and leaving us to scramble back, often after precious time has been lost. Research has put a number on the toll this takes, showing that the average office worker loses over 2 hours a day to distractions. If the fragmented work wasn't bad enough, another study found that once we're pulled away from our work, it takes a staggering 25 minutes to return to our original task. But the challenge doesn't stop with external distractions. Our minds are wanderers, frequently derailing our focus with thoughts unrelated to the work before us. Did I lock the door this morning? Is that project due tomorrow or next week? This internal chatter is as potent a distraction as any smartphone notification. Complicating matters further is the revelation that our willpower to resist distractions is not infinite. It operates more like a muscle that can become fatigued with overuse. A fascinating experiment showcased this by instructing participants to resist the temptation of chocolate placed in front of them. Those who expended effort resisting were quicker to give up on a subsequent, unrelated, challenging task, underscoring the idea that self-control can be depleted. So, in a world teeming with distractions, how do we maintain our focus? The answer lies not in a determined resistance, but in preemptive action. Proactively preventing distractions before they happen is key. A straightforward yet effective strategy is to create an environment conducive to concentration. This might mean turning off all notifications and perhaps even disconnecting from the internet entirely when deep focus is required. Think of this approach not as resistance but as a strategic retreat. You're not battling distractions head-on but rather removing them from the equation altogether. By making a habit of vetoing actions that break our concentration, We create a space where focused work isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Navigating the minefield of modern distractions requires intentionality and a bit of pre-planning. But with the right approach, maintaining focus amidst the chaos becomes a more attainable feat. Part 3: Finding the sweet spot, the secret to peak mental performance. Imagine this. You're presented with two scenarios. In one, you're about to witness a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse, a spectacle that lasts but a fleeting moment. In the other, you're simply gazing at a tree outside your window, an everyday sight. Naturally, your attention is sharper, more focused on the rare and fleeting eclipse. Why? The answer lies in our brain's remarkable ability to tune into something when the stakes are high, or when something captivates our interest. This phenomenon reveals a critical aspect of optimal mental performance, achieving just the right level of brain arousal. To put it simply, for our minds to function at their best, two key chemicals need to be balanced: norepinephrine, associated with alertness, and dopamine, linked to interest. Norepinephrine spikes in moments of fear, putting our alertness on high alert. Think of how focused you become when you have a narrow deadline looming over you. On the other hand, dopamine floods our brain when we encounter something novel or exciting, sparking our interest like a match to tinder. However, the ballet of brain chemistry is a delicate one. Both norepinephrine and dopamine must dance within a specific range for us to hit our performance stride. Too little, and our work suffers from lack of engagement. Too much, and we're overwhelmed by stress, sabotaging our ability to perform. The beauty lies in the fact that we're not just passive spectators of this chemical interplay. By engaging our imagination or altering our environment, we can fine-tune these chemicals to our advantage. If you're struggling to find focus, envision the consequences of missing your project deadline to give norepinephrine a nudge. Or consider the satisfaction of a job well done to get dopamine flowing. Yet, there's a flip side to this coin. High stakes can sometimes push us into a state of over-arousal, leading to paralyzing stress. In such cases, it's about dialing back, slowing down the torrents of information bombarding our minds. Techniques as simple as jotting down your swirling thoughts or going for a gentle stroll can help recalibrate your brain, moving you away from the edge of stress, back into the zone of peak performance. Navigating the fine line between under and over arousal might seem like walking a tightrope, but it's within this delicate balance that our minds thrive, enabling us to focus and perform at our very best. Part 4: Unlocking Creative Breakthroughs, the Power of Insight. At some point, we've all encountered a problem so complex and stubbornly resistant to our usual strategies that it feels like crashing into an invisible barrier. This phenomenon, frequently referred to as hitting a mental wall, is a common plight in both professional and personal realms. Yet, there exists a fascinating mental mechanism capable of demolishing this barrier: the sudden, often unexpected flash of insight. Insight is no ordinary problem-solving tool. It's an extraordinary moment of clarity where the solution seems to materialize from thin air, connecting dots we hadn't even realized were related. The magic of insights lies in their ability to leap beyond the confines of linear thinking, offering novel solutions that might not be accessible through traditional logical processes. Research into the nature of insights reveals a compelling narrative. These aha moments don't typically arise from step-by-step deduction, but emerge as if crossing an invisible bridge from confusion to clarity. Take, for example, the challenge posed by word puzzles where you're tasked with finding a single connecting word among seemingly unrelated ones such as pine, crab, and sauce. If you've managed to deduce that apple is the correct answer, chances are that realization didn't come through a methodical analysis. Instead, it likely dawned on you in a flash, a hallmark of insight in action. This phenomenon underscores a critical aspect of insights: their roots in our unconscious mind. By stepping away from the well-trodden paths of logical reasoning, Insights allow us to explore a richer landscape of possibilities, often leading to solutions that evade conventional thinking. But how can we cultivate such elusive moments of clarity? While there's no surefire formula, certain strategies can significantly increase your chances of experiencing an insight. One effective approach is temporarily disengaging from focused thought on the problem at hand. Activities like taking a walk, engaging in light meditation, or even shifting your focus entirely can give your unconscious mind the space it needs to work its magic. Another tactic involves articulating the problem aloud. Sometimes the act of putting our thoughts into words helps to organize them differently, allowing us to see our dilemma from new angles and potentially sparking the insight we need. In essence, navigating through mental impasses requires a blend of patience, openness, and a willingness to step back and let the depths of our mind navigate. By fostering conditions conducive to insight, we empower ourselves to shatter the mental walls that limit us, unlocking innovative solutions hidden within the folds of our consciousness. Part 5. Transform your brain. The remarkable effects of mindfulness on focus. In the quest to enhance our cognitive abilities and hone our focus, understanding and observing our own thought processes is crucial. This practice, known as mindfulness, not only anchors us in the present moment, but also cultivates an acceptance and awareness of our current experiences. While mindfulness might come naturally to a degree, those who dedicate time to its practice can significantly improve their control over their attention. Picture yourself taking a well-deserved break from the bustling demands of work, lounging on a serene beach with a friend. Amidst the tranquility, your mind begins to drift towards the daunting workload awaiting your return. It's at this juncture that mindfulness shines. By recognizing this mental shift, you can consciously redirect your thoughts back to the warmth of the sun and the soothing rhythm of the waves, fully embracing the joy of the present. But mindfulness offers benefits that extend beyond the immediate moment. Engaging regularly in mindfulness exercises can physically reshape your brain. This remarkable adaptability of the brain is a testament to its plasticity, showcasing our capacity for profound change. Practicing mindfulness can be as simple as periodically tuning into physical sensations or environmental stimuli for brief intervals. The challenge, however, lies in maintaining this focus. It's common to find your thoughts wandering back to familiar terrains, veering away from the present. Yet, with persistence, you'll find it easier to notice when your attention shifts, gradually improving your ability to remain present. This continual practice not only refines your focus but also strengthens the brain regions responsible for attention control and cognitive flexibility. Such changes are accessible to everyone, irrespective of their starting point. The beauty of mindfulness is in its flexibility. It can be practiced anywhere and at any time, whether you're meandering through a park, engaging in conversation, or savoring a meal. By dedicating time to focus on your sensory experiences, you engage in a transformative process that not only enhances your ability to focus, but also fundamentally alters the structure of your brain. Mindfulness, therefore, serves as a powerful tool in the pursuit of improved mental performance, offering a pathway to a more centered, attentive, and enriched life. Part 6. Mastering your emotional responses. The benefits of certainty and control. The longing for certainty and a sense of control is deeply ingrained in our psyche, manifesting in our everyday stressors, be it the anxious wait for a job response or the overwhelming dread from an unmanageable workload. This emotional turmoil, triggered by uncertainty and powerlessness, isn't just a matter of feeling uneasy. It reflects our brain's fundamental crave for stability and independence. Brain imaging studies cast light on this phenomenon, showing that satisfying our desire for certainty and autonomy doesn't just make us feel better, it actively rewards our brain. This biological hardwiring explains the flourishing of industries designed to minimize uncertainty, such as financial consulting, which aims to arm executives with forecasts and strategies to navigate future challenges with confidence. Interestingly, the level of stress we experience isn't solely dependent on the tasks at hand, but also on our perception of control over them. Experiments have illustrated that individuals feel significantly less stressed when they believe they can exert some form of control over a stressful situation compared to when they feel utterly powerless. This insight into our emotional wiring offers a silver lining, the potential to regulate our responses to uncertainty through the power of reappraisal. Reappraisal involves consciously altering our interpretation of a situation to modulate our emotional experience. Individuals who regularly practice reappraisal report greater life satisfaction than those who suppress their emotions, highlighting the transformative power of this strategy. Humor serves as a potent form of reappraisal, reframing a situation from menacing to manageable with a dose of lightheartedness. An example of this in action is a CEO who diffuses the tension in high-stakes meetings with humor, thus reshaping the group's perspective and paving the way for innovative solutions. By embracing reappraisal, we can not only mitigate the negative emotional effects of uncertainty and lack of control, but also tap into a more resilient and resourceful version of ourselves. Part 7. The Art of Managing Expectations for Greater Joy. Ever experienced the crescendo of excitement over an anticipated outcome, only to be met with disappointment when reality falls short? This emotional roller coaster is deeply rooted in the workings of our brain, specifically in how it processes rewards and expectations. The key player? Dopamine, a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in how we experience desire and satisfaction. When outcomes surpass our expectations, our brain gets a dopamine boost that elevates our mood and interest. This is why unexpected pleasures, such as a surprise bonus, ignite much brighter sparks of happiness compared to anticipated rewards. Conversely, when outcomes fail to meet our expectations, our dopamine levels drop, plunging our mood and leaving us feeling a sense of loss, akin to physical pain. This understanding presents a clear pathway to cultivating a happier state of mind, regulating our expectations. By maintaining awareness of our anticipatory feelings and consciously moderating them, we can pave the way for more frequent positive surprises in our lives. Consider the scenario of hoping for a flight upgrade. Keeping your expectations in check not only guards you against disappointment if the upgrade doesn't materialize, but also sets the stage for genuine delight if it does. On the flip side, setting your hopes too high can lead to inevitable disappointment or, at best, a muted satisfaction, even if the desired outcome occurs. Thus, the secret to fostering happiness lies not in the magnitude of our achievements or rewards, but in the delicate balance of expectation and reality. By mastering the art of expectation management, we can transform our daily experiences, turning ordinary moments into sources of unexpected joy. Part 8. The Profound Impact of Social Bonds and Fairness on Our Well-Being. It's easy to underestimate the importance of feeling connected to others and perceiving fairness in our interactions. Yet, these elements are as vital to our existence as the air we breathe and the food we consume. Our brains are wired to reward these feelings of social connectedness and fairness, placing them on par with other survival needs. Research illuminates this fascinating aspect of human nature by highlighting that social interaction activates the same neural pathways as those essential for our basic survival needs. This vividly illustrates the deep-seated connection between our social lives and our overall well-being. Essentially, fostering strong, positive relationships is as critical to our health as maintaining a balanced diet. The neurochemical oxytocin plays a starring role in this process, acting as a beacon of pleasure and satisfaction when we engage in activities that promote social bonding. Whether it's sharing a dance, creating music with others, or simply enjoying a meaningful conversation, these interactions trigger the release of oxytocin, enriching our sense of happiness and belonging. Moreover, The benefits of nurturing, rewarding social connections extend beyond mere emotional satisfaction. People embedded in a network of positive relationships exhibit a reduced stress response, which not only enhances cognitive functions like planning and problem solving, but also lowers the risk of serious health issues such as heart disease and stroke. Interestingly, our pursuit of fairness in social dealings often outweighs other considerations, including financial gain. This is exemplified by the ultimatum game, an experiment revealing that individuals frequently reject monetary offers perceived as unfair, even when it results in personal loss. This intriguing behavior underscores the profound value we place on equity and justice, possibly rooted in evolutionary mechanisms designed to facilitate efficient trade and cooperation among early humans. By being able to detect fairness and identify potential cheaters, our ancestors could safeguard the communal exchange systems critical to their survival. In essence, our deep-rooted need for social connection and fairness is not just a preference but a fundamental aspect of our being, integral to both our physical survival and emotional fulfillment. Recognizing and nurturing these needs can lead to a richer, more balanced life, underscoring the incredible importance of relatedness and fairness to our overall well-being. Part 9. Boosting your brain with status upgrades. A guide to self-reward. The buzz of victory in a debate, the allure of designer fashion, or even the relief in realizing someone else is facing tougher challenges than you are emblematic of a single, powerful drive. Our longing for status elevation. Such moments provide more than just fleeting pleasure. They catalyze a cascade of positive neurological effects. When we sense an ascent in our status, our brains reward us with a surge in dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters integral to our sense of well-being, and a decrease in cortisol, the hormone associated with stress. This neurological reward system doesn't just lift our spirits, it sharpens our cognitive abilities. Elevated dopamine and serotonin levels enhance our brain's efficiency, enabling us to forge more neural connections and process information with greater ease. In essence, a boost in status doesn't merely feel good, it makes us smarter. So, how might we deliberately climb the ladder of status within our minds? The answer lies in identifying or creating domains where we can perceive ourselves as superior. This might involve standing out in a particular hobby, achieving financial success, or showcasing intellectual prowess. Yet there's a more universally accessible strategy that bypasses the comparative nature of social status. Competing against our own benchmarks. Our brains utilize the same mechanisms to evaluate our progress relative to others as they do to measure our own growth. This means we can simulate the rewards of a status increase by setting personal goals and striving to outdo our past performance. A practical application of this principle could involve refining a skill, whether it's lowering your golf score, mastering a new language, or improving your cooking. Each incremental improvement registers in your brain as a status enhancement, triggering the same pleasurable neurochemical response as external victories, but without the risk of alienating those around you. In essence, the quest for status, a seemingly external pursuit, can be beautifully internalized. By focusing on self-improvement and personal achievement, we can regularly activate our brain's reward circuit, enhancing both our happiness and cognitive capacity in the process. The challenge and opportunity lies in redefining what status means to us and recognizing the power we have to grant ourselves these rewards. Part 10. Unlocking change through self-insight. Instead of feedback, efforts to change someone's behavior or thought patterns frequently default to the delivery of feedback. Yet, this traditional method of guidance often falls short of our expectations, failing to foster the positive change we hope to see. The core issue lies not in the intent behind feedback, but in its impact. Rather than empowering, it tends to trigger anxiety and defensiveness, making genuine improvement unlikely. Research underscores the minimal effectiveness of feedback in breaking through cognitive impasses. When individuals face obstacles, direct suggestions on what to do or not do prove useful only a fraction of the time. This revelation points to a deeper truth about human psychology. Lasting change is most achievable when individuals arrive at their own realizations. Facilitating this process requires a shift away from direct feedback towards creating an environment where self-generated insights can flourish. The goal is to minimize stress and foster a sense of safety that encourages reflection and openness to new perspectives. Imagine you're assisting a colleague struggling with a project. Instead of pinpointing what went wrong or questioning their decisions, a more constructive approach might involve affirming their efforts and collaborating to explore solutions. This method not only alleviates the blow to their self-esteem, but also positions you as a supportive ally rather than a critic. This subtle repositioning can dramatically increase their receptivity to change, as it implicitly affirms their ability to contribute valuable ideas. Another innovative approach to nurturing self-directed improvement is to encourage individuals to review and learn from their own feedback. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman's practice of grading students based on how well they've incorporated their own past critiques exemplifies this. By taking ownership of their improvement process, learners engage more deeply with their work, fostering continuous growth that external feedback alone might not achieve. In essence, the path to effective change lies not in pointing out the direction, but in guiding others to discover it for themselves. By fostering an environment that encourages self-reflection and emphasizes the value of personal insights, we can unlock a more profound and enduring transformation in others. Final summary. The journey towards achieving our best work is often littered with misconceptions, perhaps the most pervasive of which is the belief that exerting more effort is the straightforward solution to underperformance. In reality, the secret to unlocking our brain's full potential is far subtler and involves catering to its needs for fuel, rewards, and optimal conditions. Our brains, powerful yet easily exhausted, require careful management to function at their peak. Key to this management is understanding what truly motivates and sustains mental performance. Factors such as status, certainty, and control play pivotal roles in how our brains operate, influencing everything from our ability to focus to our overall happiness and productivity. Reducing distractions is a fundamental step toward maximizing brain power, as it allows our mental resources to be focused rather than fragmented. In tandem with minimizing external noise, enhancing our sense of autonomy and control in our daily lives can drastically improve our capacity to think clearly and creatively. Perhaps most critically, cultivating a practice of self-reflection and mindfulness enables us to tune into our cognitive processes, recognize our mental habits, and adjust our strategies for thinking and problem-solving. This introspective skill is invaluable, allowing us to navigate the complexities of our work and personal lives with greater ease and effectiveness. Ultimately, achieving optimal brain performance isn't about pushing harder but understanding deeper, recognizing what our brains need to thrive and taking proactive steps to create an environment that supports our mental well-being and productivity. By embracing these insights, we can unlock new levels of achievement and satisfaction in our endeavors. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.